Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In the realm of streaming entertainment, Netflix and Prime Video offer a treasure trove of psychological thrillers that captivate and challenge audiences. These films delve into the complexities of the human mind, weaving intricate plots that keep viewers on the edge of their seats. From mind-bending mysteries to intense character studies, here are the 10 best psychological thrillers available on Netflix and Prime Video, guaranteed to provoke thought and stir emotions. We hope that this selection will be useful, and everyone will find something new to watch. So let's not waste any time and begin. Number 10. Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs did something rare. It won every major Oscar and did it as a psychological horror thriller, a genre that almost gets no Oscar love. Nan Demon directed the movie about a young FBI agent named Clarice Starling, who was sent to interview a cannibalistic serial killer named Hannibal Lecter to help stop a new serial killer known as Buffalo Bill. This movie made Lecter one of the best horror villains in history. Nearly every scene involving Foster and Hopkins is filled with tension as Clarice attempts to stay calm and navigate the mind games Hannibal plays with her. Those moments are a big reason why the film made history when it swept the main Oscar categories, winning Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress, Best Actor, and Best Adapted Screenplay. It remains the first and only horror movie in history to win Best Picture. The movie was added to the National Film Registry in 2011 by the Library of Congress for being culturally and historically significant. Also spawned a sequel, 2 prequels, and even a critically acclaimed television series called Hannibal, and another called Clarice. Number 9. Don't Worry Darling. Run by the mysterious Frank, the company town of Victory, California, is not what it seems, with Florence Pugh's Alice starting to suspect there may be sinister acts brewing under the town's calm surface. Don't Worry Darling, directed artfully by Olivia Wilde, finds all the eerie tension one may expect from a horror without ever leaning into that genre. Patient in its build-up, the film thrives in the captivating performances of its strong ensemble, including the likes of Pugh, Gemma Chan, and even Wilde herself. Don't Worry Darling's story drops pieces of the puzzle along its winding narrative journey, with the audience challenged to put them together and uncover the picture behind the mystery. Number 8. The Nan Demon. Nicholas Winding Refn is one of the world's most unique and polarizing directors, and his 2016 psychological horror thriller is on Prime Video for streaming. That movie stars Elle Fanning as Jessie, a teenager who moves to Los Angeles after her parents' unexplained deaths. She then gets involved in the modeling industry there and picks up attention from older models. However, she also finds herself in danger from those same models fighting to keep their beauty, and a predator, played by Keanu Reeves. The Nan Demon was a box office failure, but it was Amazon Studios that released it, and the main purpose was to showcase it on its streaming service, Prime Video. The reviews were polarizing, with a 59% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. However, most critics praised Refn's direction and the acting of Fanning and Gina Malone. The movie has acquired taste, as is most of Refn's work, and for his fans, this delivered more of the psychological thrills that made him so popular as a cult filmmaker. Number 7. The Good Nurse. Jessica Chastain stars opposite Eddie Redmayne in the dark and thrilling film The Good Nurse from director Tobias Lindholm. Based on horrific true events, The Good Nurse follows an ICU nurse who begins to suspect her colleague, Redmayne, of causing deaths within the hospital where they work. Written by Christy Wilson Cairns, The Good Nurse maintains a foundation in reality, even as the high stakes of these two medical professionals are ultimately life or death. With captivating performances from the Oscar winners, The Good Nurse is 2 hours of heart-racing intensity. Number 6. Triangle. The subgenre of time loop movies can cover everything from horror to action to comedy, but in the case of Triangle, it's a psychological thriller. The British film focuses on a single mother, Melissa George, who goes on a boating trip with her friends, and when they have to abandon ship, they come across a freighter they believe will rescue them, only for things to get worse. When they board the freighter, someone begins stalking them, and that's only the beginning of the twists and turns this movie takes. Director Christopher Smith was inspired by great thrillers like Memento and Jacob's Ladder, making for a tense story where the viewer can never pinpoint what's coming next. Triangle received strong reviews from critics and was a modest box office success on its small budget. The cast from George to Liam Hemsworth are impressive, and the suspense was well crafted, making for a hidden gem of an indie film. Number 5. The Perfection. As a psychological thriller that leans heavily into the horror elements, The Perfection isn't for everyone. Starring Allison Williams as Charlotte, The Perfection focuses on Williams' character, a talented cellist who had to leave her prestigious academy to care for her dying mother years earlier. Charlotte reconnects with her old teacher, Anton Steven Weber, as he picks a new student for the program, while also meeting the girl who took Charlotte's place, Lizzie Logan Browning. With the basic premise introduced, this is where the movie starts getting really messed up as Charlotte seemingly sabotages Lizzie's career as revenge for losing her spot. But everything is not as it seems, that's for sure. And the rest of the movie is a wild ride of shocking reveals as the truth about Anton and the Academy finally comes to light. While you should know that The Perfection is definitely not for the faint of heart, if you are willing to risk seeing some horror and gore, and the winding, unpredictable story, led by Williams and Browning's great performances, is certainly worth watching. Number 4. Orphan. First Kill. Orphan. First Kill is the 2022 psychological horror movie that serves as a prequel to the 2009 film Orphan. Isabelle Fuhrman returns as Lena Klammer, a 31-year-old woman with a rare hormonal disorder called hypopituitarism. This gives her the appearance of a 9-year-old child, and she escapes from a psychiatric institute. She learns about a missing girl named Esther, tells a police officer it is her, and that her parents are in the United States. The movie sees her return to the missing child's parents, who have since come to terms with their daughter's disappearance. The couple then deals with the child's return, but never quite believes that everything is all right. What makes this movie different from the original is that the mother, Julia Stiles, is just as unhinged as Esther. When bodies start to pile up, Esther and her new mother realize only one of them will get out of this alive. The movie received positive reviews and was released simultaneously in theaters and on streaming. Number 3. I Care a Lot. Rarely does a female anti-hero come along where you feel tension for rooting for her schemes. Such is the case with the black comedy thriller I Care a Lot, where a con woman makes her living by becoming the court-appointed guardian to vulnerable elders, convincing the courts that they're unable to take care of themselves and seizing their assets. However, she finds herself in dangerous waters after she hijacks guardianship over a crime lord's mother. The cat and mouse chase keeps you on the edge of your seat until the last moments of the film. Rosamund Pike stars as the meticulous yet manipulative con artist, unwilling to give up her enterprise without a fight. In fact, her electric performance won her a Golden Globe. Number 2. The Grey, directed by Joe Carnahan and starring Liam Neeson. The Grey is marketed as a survival thriller, but it is as much of a psychological thriller as any other movie on Prime Video. Neeson is John, a sharpshooter at a remote Alaskan oil facility who protects the staff from gray wolf attacks. John is also depressed and cares little about his own life anymore after his wife dies from a terminal illness. He contemplates suicide on his last day of work, but ends up in a plane crash instead. Trapped in the icy Alaskan wilderness, the survivors find themselves hunted by gray wolves. John is the only person equipped with the survival skills needed to make it out alive. This is not really a survival movie as much as it is a look at facing death head-on and what some people will do before they die. Critics praised the movie with an 80% Rotten Tomatoes score, praising the tense story and the philosophical nature of the tale. Number 1. Well, this is it. Share your impressions and comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for upcoming videos by